hello out there in social media land. It's another phenomenal evening right here on Uncensored Conversation with Elevated Not Tolerated. And I am super excited about my amazing guest on tonight. We started talking right before the show came on. Guys, some things that she's going to talk about tonight. I hope you get your notebooks, your pencils and papers, and call your uncle, call your brother, call your sister, call your friend. Tell them we got the one and only Tricia Worthington is in the house on tonight. This a phenomenal insurance producer is in the house on tonight, and she is going to bless us with her gifts, with business, her motivational speaking. I am so glad to have you with us tonight. I was snooping around Facebook. I wanted I'm just going to be just plain and simple. I wanted some fresh blood on the show. And I was out there just doing some searching, and your name popped up. It was like you just popped up in my newsfeed. And all of a sudden I said, well, let me just kind of follow through and kind of listen to some things and watch her do some things. And I said, okay, I'm going to stop playing the game. We're going to reach out to that girl, let her come on this show, because I need to know all that we can know, because I don't think what we're going to be talking tonight is, it needs to be expanded a little bit more. Like you and I were talking before the show got started, it's important that we know more about this world called insurance. And what better person to talk about it than this phenomenal producer? Y'all. So go out there and y'all go ahead and tell them that Tricia's in the house tonight. So we need y'all to go ahead and share, care, and like tonight's episode so she can bless us real good. So girlfriend, how you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I've been expecting this. I just been sitting in expectation. You got me all tongue tied and stuff. I just been waiting for this moment just to have you on the show. Like I told you earlier, there was something about your spirit that just kind of gravitated to me. The smile, the how you and I keep reading your email, and I said she is so funny. I said she is too funny. I'm loving it. But but that's the realness in you, and that's what attracted me to you, because I do believe insurance is important. I also believe that people are not we are not prepared. My cousin-in-law sister, I call her, she talks about it all the time, and I do believe that it is something that needs to be expanded in our mindset, because I think it's important. But look, before we get even to that, I want you just look. I know you ain't ready, girl, but I got you. I got you ready. I want you to introduce yourself to the folks out there. I don't know why they don't know who you are, but after tonight, they're going to know who you are. But please introduce yourself to the folks and let them know who you are on tonight.
All right. Well, I am Tricia Worthington. I am a wife, mom, full-time HR professional, also life insurance producer. I love what I do. I love working with people. I love talking to people, meeting people where they are. I don't know everything, but I love to share what I do know if it'll help somebody.
Mm-hmm. And she's saying it so calm, cool, and collectively. But I looked at a couple of your photos, and I saw you. How do I say? Because as a motivational speaker, I kind of like to see how people move and flow. And in some of your pictures, I could see the excitement. I could see you in your arena of talking about these different topics and stuff. And you even, your beliefs of God and how you bring all of that around to the circle of life and how you impact us. And as I told you, one of the things that really impressed me, not only are you an insurance producer, but you're one of those people who look out for the special needs of others, the special need families. And so I thought this was very unique. And so so to those of you that are out there tonight, now she will not, and this is my little thing that I tell everybody, she will not be quoting prices on tonight.
No.
She can answer you anything that you want to ask. We're going to pop up her email address to you in a little bit, but she will answer questions to you. But she will not quote prices on tonight. You will book. See, it's my show when I can tell them what to do. You will book some time with her if you want to know more, and she will take out the opportunity as a consultant. She will set you up a consultant time, and then if she wants to charge you a fee, no complaints. Just go ahead and play the fee and do what you got to do. Look, so that's me. That's how I roll. That's how I roll with it. But tonight, this is your guys' opportunity to ask questions from someone who knows it. I call her the expertise of insurance, and so she's gonna bless us on tonight. So first, Tetra, what got you into doing what you do and what you love? I know you love people, but what got you into this field?
Um, which field? Life insurance?
All of it, girl. All of it. Just go take it from the top down to the bottom. Just tell us why.
All of it from the top. Well, I'm the oldest, and my youngest sister has autism. And when I graduated college, what do you do when you get out of college? You get a job, right? Because them loans,
Girl.
So I got a job working with special needs children and adults. I was a Special Olympics coach year round. It was the funnest
Wow.
job, and I was the most active.
Oh,
I probably ever was.
I can see now. I can see that. I can see that in you. I can see
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we did everything from track and field, snowshoeing, tennis, bocce. We did everything. Um, but it wasn't paying me what I needed. I needed some insurance, right? To actual health insurance because I couldn't get it where I was.
Wow.
So I transitioned to a nonprofit organization as a case manager for adults with special needs. Um, so adults that age out of the traditional school system, but they still need that support. They still have things that they have to work on. If they have the right funding and support, they can go to what they call a day program.
Mm-hmm.
So they can keep working on their independence, whatever that looks like for them. So I did that, and then I graduated from I got promoted to a supervisor role with the same company. So I was handling the day-to-day things with the program. I was still a Special Olympics coach. Um, and From there, I transitioned to where I am now. I felt like I needed a career change. The burnout was real. Um,
Right.
Social services,
Oh
it's
yeah.
very rewarding, but it doesn't pay. It
Yeah.
doesn't pay.
Worked
Um,
there for years. Mm-hmm.
so I wanted to transition to a way where I could still help people, but make the money that I needed to make. And I was always interested in human resources. So I transitioned into human resources, what I'm doing now, and picked up the life insurance gig on the side.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So most people get into because I'm just listening to I'm chuckling to myself because I was a special eds um, assistant teacher
Get
for about
out.
see you ain't
Wow.
for about maybe 10, 15 years.
Uh-huh.
I started off with the babies
Hmm.
and went to the adults. Well, I call them the young adults in high school.
Hmm.
And before I ended my career in that arena, I was in the high school arena with the older children. And then, of course, I worked almost 17, 18 years in senior services. And then I went on to working for social services. See, you ain't know all that, girl. You ain't know. But I did that. And so as I'm listening to you, people don't understand the transitioning period that takes.
Hmm.
You go into an arena of a job with the thoughts of I'm going to make a difference. And then, like you said, you get to a point that you get burned out. But
Hmm.
then it's almost like you circle back around to what your ultimate love is. And for you, it's helping other people, but helping us with understanding of insurance,
Mm-hmm.
and see firsthand what it's like to be able to work with a special needs individual. So
Mm-hmm.
that makes a big difference. Hey, Coach K, thanks for joining us on tonight. We're loving it, girl. We're loving it. Care, share, and like out there for us. But a lot of people don't understand the mental challenges
Mm-hmm.
that, as a parent, making a decision to make sure that their child is covered when they have special needs. And
Mm-hmm.
so, by you being in that arena, seeing it firsthand, with your sister, you knew what some of the challenges were.
Mm-hmm.
So you were able to kind of enlighten people. So would you say that the population of special, because I was going to jump into special needs stuff, but do you think the population of special needs and has increased, and the what does it look like from an insurance standpoint for those people?
I think that the number of people with a special need or a disability has increased over time. But I think that's because we know what to look for now. You
Oh,
know, um,
okay,
like I
that's a
think
good point.
about my older clients who really were in institutions, right?
Right,
Everybody just got lumped no matter what their level of functioning was, what they were or weren't able to do. They just got lumped together and got, you know, we're just in an institution. But
right.
now um, we have a much better idea of what to look for.
Mm-hmm.
We know how much early intervention is important.
That's good.
We know how important it is to promote independence.
Right,
Unfortunately, a lot of the parents that I worked with that had older children, I think they were just advised by the professionals at the time, like they just are what they are. So a
right,
lot of them, lack of a better word, got babied.
right,
The
right.
parents just did everything for them,
Mm-hmm.
so they didn't give them the opportunity to really see what they could do because, you know, they were just told, well, you know, it is what it is. You might as well get used to doing it.
Right.
Um, but as far as insurance goes, there was once upon a time where people with special needs like autism, Down syndrome, there were nobody, no insurance companies that would
Wow.
take them because insurance companies are a business and they evaluate the person based on risk, right?
Right.
And of course, at the time, they didn't know what they didn't know as far as the levels of functioning that I was talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, but now they see that there are different levels and there are some carriers that will insure people with special needs. It's not a whole lot, but there are some.
Mm-hmm. So, and to those of you that are watching tonight, please come on in and care, share, and like, because we're getting this some some valuable information for those people out there, that are dealing with the circumstances and not really understanding the concept of it. But I also want you to know, I want to introduce this woman to so many of you who do not know who she is, to start following her, because she can. I don't know, Tricia. I feel like this. There's some groundbreaking that you're about to do.
Oh, I receive it.
Oh, girl,
Oh,
I just, I was like I told you when I first started looking at, following you and just kind of being nosy, because I was being nosy, girl. But as I was, but I, and then read, what you sent me in the email, I'm like, she doesn't realize that you're doing some groundbreaking. And that's the reason why there's such a turnaround around you. I'm going to say this right at the beginning. I wish you guys speed in your endeavors, because there's so many things that you're getting ready to do and expound on that's going to help the people even the more. And so I want to, I'm in your baby stages right now. I'm gonna put it that way because it ain't baby stages because you've been thinking about some things for a long time. You just ain't got money. But anywho, but in this baby stages right now, I want to say thank you for even contributing your time to being able to empower us, because you guys out there, you know that we're all about it's time to be empowered, embraced, and educated, to be elevated and not tolerated. And that's what you're doing, that you're empowering us, you're embracing us, and you're keeping us educated on what we need to know. Guys, if you have not went out there, y'all better go to my Facebook page, y'all better click on her name, and you better follow her name, because next time you might not be able to reach her as easy as you can reach her on tonight. So I want to just thank you for giving your time, because you could have chose something else. You could be choosing some other things. See, I'm messing with you. I know. You could be choosing some other things, but the choices that you're making is going to impact so many different people's lives. And I just want to say thank you for doing what you do best in this area. So, would you now you're an HR person,
Mm-hmm.
and so what does that look like when you're dealing with, well, let me go back to the families that you deal with, or have dealt with in special needs. Do you think that that there's a lack still, even in 2024, that there's still a lack of how to educate the parents of a child that has special needs?
I think that's a loaded question.
Go for it, girl. Go for it.
um I think that there are some people who know and are open to their child having the special needs or disability, whatever they want to call it. And then there are others that are in denial, that choose to be in denial. Oh no, that baby fine. Or no, my cousin didn't talk till he was 7.
Mm-hmm.
He fine
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What you mean? What you mean? What you talking about? Mhm.
Hey, he'll be
Yep.
fine. That baby will talk. That baby will walk. I mean, you may be right, but why not do something about it now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why not do something about it now?
Right. Right.
I mean, I'll be honest. My son was he was delayed in his speech, and they diagnosed him with autism before he turned 2.
Wow.
Now, because of my background, my knowledge, and I think just me as a parent, I never fully accepted the
Right.
diagnosis, right? I took advantage of those therapies though,
I know that's right.
because at the end of the day, my goal as his mom is for him to be as happy, as independent that he could be. You don't know everything that there is to know when you become a parent. A lot of it is just trial and error. So for me, I'm like, well, they can help him with his speech, they can help him with his development. Yeah. Y'all come.
Let's
Tell
do
me
it.
what y'all doing. Tell me what y'all doing. And when he aged out of early interventions, when he was like 3, he had another evaluation from the same doctor. And she said, I think you should get him tested for the gifted program. I'm like, what's that? What's that?
Wow. Wow.
So she told me, and I had him tested, and he's been in a gifted program, one of the top 10 schools in the state for the last few years now.
Wow.
And he had a reevaluation last year, and they said, yeah, he no longer fits the criteria for autism.
Wow. See? And see, that's the thing. I think, you know, um, and you made a very valid point. I think that's one of the things that, there's still a stigmatism in society that, oh, this is such a horrible thing. But
Mhm.
it's not a horrible thing. It's a manageable thing if we take it um, in the steps that we need to.
Yep.
You said seeing the opportunity to get the help And look at him now, right? You know, I look at my grandson. I mean, I can see him being coming out, like you said, getting to those stages where he comes out of it, because when you see the things, take advantage of. And I think that's where we, as, and I don't want to make it a race thing, but it's the truth. We still, as Afro Americans, are afraid to reach out for help when help is truly available.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to be the people that always have something wrong. Well, whatever. I mean, get over yourself. The babies need to be helped. They
Mm-hmm.
need, the services are there. The resources are there. Get out there and let's make the children the priority,
Yep.
And then if we make the children the priority, then we're able to help the parents understand that
Exactly.
it's okay to have a child that is special,
Yep.
because they are special. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know about you, but none of my children were diagnosed with certain things until they were older, other than being spoiled brats. Because I'm just saying, I did it. But other than that, but the same token, there were things that they had challenges with.
Mm-hmm.
We still, as Afro Americans, do not address the issue of single parenthood, period.
Mm-hmm.
We do not talk about it. We say it's a norm. Well, if it's a norm, then there's things out there that you can do to better ourselves, our children in the process, and they still can survive in society. They can
Yep.
still make things happen.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you, but I watch some reality shows, and
Mm-hmm.
there is one, and I can't think of the name of it. That's geared to autistic children or autistic adults. And one of the things that one of the
Up on the spectrum.
yes, girl, you watch that, girl. Shut your mouth. I
Yeah.
mean, shut your mouth. I mean,
Yep.
when I started, I watched a few pieces of it, and I literally cried, because I think there was one that they talked about that later went on and was a doctor or something of that nature. I mean, we got to understand that, because you have okay, I'm sorry. See, church is instilling my spirit. Just because you got a diagnosis don't mean that you're not able to function, because you can.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us need to be real that you just ain't been diagnosed yet. I mean,
Okay.
I'm just saying. But I think there's still a stigmatism, in our, Afro American community, that we're still not taking advantages of
Mm-hmm.
stuff that we need to.
Yep.
Insurance in general. Hello. Let's raise our hands. All the people in the back, raise your hands. Raise your hands, because we still are not taking advantage of people like you in our world that can really break down what this stuff means to us. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about the special needs, but let's just look at insurance in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think the rate of Afro Americans having effective insurance policies, is probably
That's key. That's key. I believe we are African Americans are among I forget the statistic, but from what I've read, a lot of us do have insurance. We just don't have enough. A lot of us are under insured. So my goal, honestly, um, is always just to educate people, try to work towards creating generational wealth and ending
mm,
poverty.
mm, mm. Y'all hear that? See, some of y'all better catch that wind. She said creating.
Creating.
Creating, it means to design and have a plan.
Yes.
Creating,
Yes.
creating it.
Mm-hmm.
In my era, because you're so young, I don't know how old you are. But and I ain't going, you ain't got to. But in my day, it was, you got to work to make ends. You got to work. But working, you have to learn how to create more residual income. You need
Yep.
to recreate. You're creating a legacy for your children,
Yep.
not waiting until you're 199 and a half. and a half years old to decide, well, let me go ahead and get a plan that little Johnny can have when I'm gone on. No, we need to start creating the legacy before we get 199.
Yep.
Because what we going to do with 199? I mean, roll around in your wheelchair, you know. That's all you can do. The wheels on the bus go round and round. But do they go round and round enough to sustain the legacy of your children? You know, because we're in a society where now we don't even know if we're going to have Social Security by the time they get.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yep.
So I want to take a quick break, and I want because I want us to get some, maybe get a little glass of water in here. But guys, I want you to go out there and tell people that Tricia Worthington is here with us tonight. This amazing young lady has not even touched the tip of the iceberg of what she is capable of doing and what she is capable of being. And I want y'all to go out there during this break and go out to her Facebook page. I'm going to put out there her information for you to go out there and tag this beautiful lady and start following her, because I'm telling you, she's getting ready to blow your mind up in here with what she's about to do. And so I want you to go out there and while we take this quick break and see if you can find her and tell some other people, look, you better get on here on Uncensored Conversation, because Miss Worthington is in the house making worth of her time with us. So don't y'all miss it. We'll be right back. Y'all just stay tuned now. You hear?
Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
All right. I know you are out there in social media land, and you are back with us on another Uncensored Conversation. My guest tonight is Tricia Washington. She is a insurance producer. She's an HR representative, and she's a whole lot more things that I think you all need to understand what it is to be her and what she is doing in this season. To all of you that are tuning in, we are super excited just to have you with us on tonight. All right, Dr. Peters is in the house. My good friend, my sister girlfriend. She'll be coming back on the show real soon. She hasn't been on a while, so we got to bring her back. Guys, I'm just here to tell y'all. Are y'all excited? Because I'm so excited. And I'm gonna stop singing. So let me ask you this. Now, we're talking about insurance. You are HR representative. You specialize in benefits. Girl, I need to have a private conversation with you. Now, I do, but you know what I'm saying. I can't say too much. No. So, what's it like? What is it like? Because you do have the background dealing with special needs, and then you come into a arena of HR dealing with benefits. Mm-hmm. It does sometimes those kind of cross over, then come back around and smack each other, and you have to play the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me, sis. Talk to me.
So when I was working with my clients with disabilities, I was also, of course, working with their caregivers, guardians, parents, other caseworkers, their whole care team. And the clients that I worked with ranged from everywhere from needing complete assistance with feeding, toileting, bathing, to some people that could take the public train or bus on their own, and you would have no idea that they were coming to a day program.
Right.
So with that, I learned to meet people where they are
Mm.
when you have to explain or communicate things to them. And I think it's something that as I've been growing and learning, especially in this position and just in general, everybody isn't able to do that.
Mm. You good out, girl. You is good to me. Go ahead now. Woo, girl, I got a conversation for you. No, I'm just joking. Go ahead. Mm.
I mean, but that's the truth. If you really want to achieve something in the conversation that you want to have with somebody, you have to meet them where they are. Nobody wants to feel like you're talking down to them. Nobody wants to. I don't like it, so I wouldn't do it to nobody. So I think in that perspective is definitely where my lines have crossed, because I'm not working with clients anymore. I'm working with employees, but I'm working with employees of all levels.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you something, but I'm trying to do this very tactfully out there because you never know who's watching. You know, Big Brother's always watching. But so being a benefit specialist that you are, and you're dealing with employees, and like you said, meeting them where they are, because sometimes people just do not want to talk to people about their personal business because they feel like how am I going to say this? Because sometimes companies ain't for the employees. Let me put it that way. I'm gonna roll over that way. Sometimes you can, you may be working for XYZ company, and here you are, the HR benefit specialist. You're dealing with your arena, like you said. You're meeting people where they are, but here it is, the employee. You got jokes. I'm gonna share this with you in a minute. But you're dealing with the employees over here who is on the front line. They're doing their job day to day, but they have health issues. They don't understand the benefits that they got don't cover X, Y, and Z until they get a bill, and then they want to call you and say everything but hi, how you doing, because they are frustrated and they're already not being heard.
Yep.
Here they have to talk to you about their benefits, and you're smiling. You know, they always say smile so people can know you're smiling on the other side. Why they tell us that lie? You don't know people smile on the other side now. You don't have a clue. Anywho, but here you are. You're ready to give me the information, but because I'm already frustrated, because I'm working for a company who doesn't understand the employee, right? And here you are, you got to play the devil's advocate. You may see some things yourself that you may not agree with. So I want you to speak to that employee out there today who has a need but is fearful of coming to HR benefits to discuss it. How would you have them approach it so that they can feel comfortable coming to you?
It starts with that level of trust. And with me being in HR, everybody here, oh, so you hire and fire people? No, I'm not that HR.
Making it straight.
I'm not that HR. It's just a lot of different, parts of HR, and that is not, no, that is not me.
That ain't me.
That ain't me. So I think because that part isn't a part of my role, I'm not involved when people have to get written up or, things like that. So because I'm strictly benefits, I'm strictly working with people when they have to take a leave of absence, I think that definitely helps. Whereas if you have, a small HR team and they are handling benefits, they're handling employee relations, conversations with supervisors, and if something comes up, the employee may not feel comfortable going to that person. You were just there when my boss wrote me up.
Right.
So I got a situation going on. I don't feel comfortable talking to you. Now I'll say good HR folks know how to compartmentalize, as they say.
Go ahead, girl.
Right? Because I mean, if you got wrote up for always coming late, whatever, that's not going to interfere from a good HR professional from helping you or giving you guidance on a situation that you need help with. But if you don't say nothing, nobody can help you.
And see, you brought up a good point because people see HR and that's all they see.
Mm-hmm.
I was like that
Not
when
all bad, I promise. We
right,
not all bad.
right. I remember many, many moons ago when I first came to North Carolina and I was working for company ABC, because I do not want to mention their names because I might be applying for another job coming back. No, I'm just joking. No, I ain't joking. I'm very serious. But at the end of the day, when I was working for this company, at one point, I was a senior administrative assistant, and one of my functions was an HR function. And they didn't mind telling that the people, you got to see Victoria over in HR about X, Y, and Z. Because I did security, and so you had to come to me if you want that badge to work. But baby, if you got those little citations for parking in the handicap, I'm not giving you no you're not getting it, right? But there were times that when they saw the HR attached to an email, everything went out the window. Either they're going to tell you everything that's wrong with the supervisor, the company, the blue moon, and the chicken. And they're going, what you want me to do about that?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I was going, what you want me to do about that? All I do is on board training, and I make sure your badge work, and I give you a security unit. Why you tell me about your supervisor? I don't care. So a lot of times people would get angry because you can't fix a problem that's not in your area.
Yep.
And so I think, it's good that, like you said, there are good people in HR that could outweigh the bad if you approach the situation from a good perspective. Because you still got to be tough in your arena, regardless. You got to go through there may be some policies you don't agree with, but you are working for the company. You are representing the company, and so you can't make something happen that's not in your control. So okay, so when you are dealing with, and look, I sound like I'm interviewing, don't I? So when you are dealing with someone who is deeply difficult, and you having to explain to them the difference in what you do versus what they perceive you to do, how do you handle that? Because you have such a sweet demeanor. I can't imagine you get upset. Why your husband at? Let me ask him. No, I can't imagine you getting upset.
You better agree.
There you go. He know who wear the real pants in the house.
We better agree.
But how do you? What's your technique for bringing them down? Because I'm a customer service person all day long. But how do you bring somebody who is because employees versus customers is totally different.
Not really.
You don't think so? They still mean, right?
Some.
So how do you bring them off? How do you bring them off that ledge?
I think it's that compartmentalizing. I know they're not mad at me. I didn't do nothing to you. So I'm not going to take it personal.
Right.
I'm not going to take it personal. What I will do is, they call it what? Active listening. Really listen to what you have to say. Acknowledge what the person is saying. Reiterate what they're saying. I can completely understand that. That sounds really frustrating. I would be too. And kind of bridge that first.
Yep. Play the devil's advocate.
Yeah. Kind of fill it out. I completely hear what you're saying. I've had that happen to me, if it has. Or I've seen this happen before. You're not the only one. I've completely been there. So let's talk through, how would you like to resolve this? In an
Wow.
ideal situation, what would you like to see done? Okay, let's talk through how can we get there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now I want to ask you something behind the scenes. What do you perceive is the next goal for you? Because I'm hearing you, I'm seeing you, and I've watched you do the motivational talking and how you just engulf the your audience. I saw a whole lot from your page, didn't I? You ain't know. You ain't know. You ain't know. But what's next in line for you? I mean, um, a book. I know
Hmm, I
it's
hadn't
somewhere.
thought
It's,
about
it's
that.
somewhere. It's.
Huh.
I'm just saying because everybody got a story, but your story is different from my story, and I think everybody needs a good story. Whatever
You
it
might be
is.
on to something.
I mean, you've come along. You know what is it? It used to be a cigarette commercial back in the day. You come a long way, baby. I mean, you know, I'm sure that you know along the way there's some good stories, some horror stories, and things of that nature. But there is a story in you that somebody else needs to hear. I
Mm,
mean, your journey as a sister to a child with a child with special needs, and how you, because I'm sure even though you have went into careers and you've done some things mentally, there was your own child. Mentally, there was things that you had to challenge yourself with to get to your next, and that's a unique story from you. Um, I'm just saying. I mean.
look, you got my wheels going now. I didn't even think about that, but
I mean,
you might be on to something.
I might be on some girl.
I think you might be on to
I
something.
got you. I got you. If you need me,
Yes.
got you. I got you. Hey, Miss Carrie. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. So I'm just. So what do you? What do you? What do you? What? Okay. Forgive my craziness. But I'm trying to be. I'm. So, I'm never gonna be this damn person. I'm a hyped because
Hmm.
I believe in what I see. I believe in you. I believe in what I see. Okay, Carrie, I'm singing again. I believe in what I see.
Hmm.
And I believe in what I saw you in your pictures, in some of the um, uh, uh, pieces where you were talking.
Hmm.
I can see you being that person who's going to speak to the multitudes, and your story is unique. Everybody's got a story, but everybody's story is unique. So
Hmm.
what do you see what do you see brewing in your life?
I see me growing in my current position at my job, and ideally, I would love to help 50 families by this time next year.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you got to come back and do a comeback show to tell me what you did with the 50.
I'll do it.
And how unique that you said 50. You
Why
know,
not?
Jesus fed the five with the fish and the 5 loaves of bread. You know, I think it was like 5,000 plus.
Let's do it.
So if you can do 50,
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
mean,
because again, the life insurance. I know that there are a lot of people, that do it full time, and that's great. That's great. I don't do it full time now because I truly just want to help and educate people. I don't need nobody thinking
mhm,
that, I'm money hungry or I'm, chasing a bag with this. I'm not.
mhm,
I'm
mhm.
not, because I'm not doing it full time. You know what I'm saying? And, to your point, I got into this um shortly after my brother was killed unexpectedly.
Wow.
And the very next day, I won't say who, but the very next day, an infant in our family died the day after my brother did. This baby was 1.
Wow.
3 months older than my baby. So my
Mm.
brother died, and the 1-year-old died in the family the next day. And neither one of them had life insurance.
Wow.
So to see, and of course, they were both unexpected. So to see the family, families going through what they were going through, what we were going through, I should say, trying to make sense out of what didn't make sense, trying to put money together. People, how they say weddings, funerals, and baby showers bring out the worst in people, baby.
Girl. Ooh,
It,
what you say?
I couldn't believe
Yeah.
some of the things that I was seeing. People, it was just horrible. It was horrible. So again, my goal is to educate people so the same thing that happened to my family don't happen to others. Because where I work, we're the minority, right? And the majority is always prepared.
Girl.
Always prepared.
Girl.
Somebody get pregnant, they calling up they life insurance agent. Hey, I'm finna get ready to have this baby. I'm gonna need to set up a policy. They own it right away.
Right.
Right away. They don't play no games. They don't play no
But we
games.
wait till something tragic happens to even think about it.
To
I mean,
even
I shared something with you before the show, and that was like, okay, you've been planning this how long? So it's time to get busy.
Yep.
So there's a book coming. Uh,
You
um,
put your
um,
life into this book.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, because you just right with your opening line to why you even are doing insurance is multifaceted. Your sister, your child, now the passing of 2 loved ones unexpectedly. These are stories that lead into a good sound foundation about why we need insurance, but it's also your story. And your story, I'm sitting here listening to you, and your story is impacting me right now. Like, hey, we need to make appointments so I can talk to you about getting my insurance. And I'm serious, girlfriend. I ain't playing with you. But at the end of the day, your story is helping develop what this picture looks like, right? And for me, y'all know I love my white sisters and brothers out there. I do. I love y'all. I ain't got a racist bone in my body. I really don't. I love y'all. Other than 45. Anywho, because I did the poll. The lady called me yesterday. Girl, Tricia, I had a laugh and she was rolling. She's like, "You serious?" I said, "I'm so serious, so serious." But anywho, you asked my opinion. So there's a book coming. So what about workshops?
I'm open. I'm definitely open. That's a good idea. Look, I should have had my pen and paper. Take it down. Some things to do.
I got you, girl. I got you. We'll make sure you watch the video. But I think that you have a very unique way of sharing this. And I think it'd be even unique, the broadness of how you got into all of this that would impact a group of people in a workshop environment listening to you talk.
Well,
We
thank you.
sponsoring her, y'all. We're gonna sponsor Victoria Elvis.
Right?
We're gonna sponsor the workshop. I'm just letting you know.
I got work to
But
do.
but I think I don't know why I'm throwing ideas at you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I ain't trying to run your
Mm,
business.
no,
I'm
not
just
at
saying.
all. I love
When I watched you talk, y'all go to her page. When I listen to you talk, and then I'm listening to you now. I see you very easily doing a easy get your insurance act together workshop. you know, you can have that title too. Get your act
Thank you.
together workshop, because you have given us a very you've given a, and I don't mean this disrespectful when I say it, but you've given us the living and the non-living approach to how insurance kind of goes right in here. And
Mhm.
here's this big gap that we're missing
Yep.
for lack of knowledge.
Mhm.
And y'all know what the Bible says about that knowledge thing. But here we are, we're lacking it because, can I say this? Yeah, I can. At some point, we didn't trust the others to give us the
Right.
information. I really think my mother, God rest her soul, I hope she don't hit me with lightning bolts, but my mother didn't.
Mhm.
There was only one particular group of people of that persuasion that she believed you were
Yeah.
telling the truth. But overall, she didn't believe them when they talked about certain things.
Yeah.
So here we are. We have the privilege of having you in our presence, and you are coming from a place of heart.
Mhm.
And you are coming from a place of actually dealing with it on hand.
Mhm.
You ain't got to make up a story to tell me about getting insurance. You lived it. You saw the ends. You saw the good, the bad, and the indifferent, and how this whole thing works. I think it would be an amazing idea to have you as a workshop hostess.
Thank you. I
You
love
want
to do it. I would love to do it.
anytime, anytime. But I mean, I think that would be something that, because your personality is what does it. Y'all go to her Facebook page. Listen to her talk. I'm telling you. That's what pulled me in. That's what, you threw that worm out there and I bit it. And you didn't, and the thing is, you didn't even realize it that I was watching you. You know what I mean? Because if who's to say, right? So um when I tell you that, there's so many people out there today from 0 to 199 that need you.
Mhm.
And so in my mind, and in what I envision is that, I would love to go ahead and sponsor you doing a workshop.
Hey. Oh.
Because I believe that you have so much more inside of you, and there are other health professionals that I think that would make for a good panel for you all to talk about this topic.
Mhm.
I mentioned to a group of ladies a few weeks ago about having a health and wellness workshop,
Mm.
and that health and wellness not only starts uh, on the natural, but it works over into your spiritual.
Mhm.
Because if the mind and the body ain't in good condition, you might miss
Mhm.
your spiritual blessing on the other side.
Yep.
So I really would love to. We're going to talk more about it
Mhm.
because I think it's important. I want to see you expound in it because I know that you could do it. I don't need much pushing, because when I hear something and when I see something, I know that it's I'm sure and know that it will work. Um, mm, because I think it's important. I'm gonna talk about me. I'm not gonna talk about anybody else, Tricia. But I told you before the show, there's some things I want to do with insurance for myself. Young young black men out there, Tricia, 65 and old. You know what I'm saying to y'all. It's a joke between me and Tricia. Y'all stay in your zone there, stay in your place. But there's some men and women out there that of the persuasion of infancy to senior adult age, that we need to be cultivated back into understanding the benefits.
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, like I told you before the show got started, you know, I would love to. I want you to come back and be a regular on the show to talk about this. But I also think it's important that we put you in an area in amongst the folk that you can really expound us even the
Mm-hmm.
more about preparation,
Yep.
insurance. And by that time, you have your book ready, or either the formalities for your book. So, so you can bring that to the table. I want to take another quick break. And when we come back, I'm going to share some more information how people can reach out to you, because I think it's important. Because I'm telling y'all, y'all better catch her before she gets up in them limelights and we can't even touch her. She going places. But I do believe that, Tricia. I believe that is something that I would love to see you do, and we would support it. We would put it out there for you.
That's amazing.
Well, you think a little bit more about that, girl, while we take this quick break. We
All
got
right.
some folks that's coming up next week. We got and then this young lady, Tricia. I'm hoping I can get both of y'all in the same room together. I think it would be beneficial. So y'all check out who's coming next week. Well, just check out the video because I can't remember if I updated it, Tricia. My brain won't functioning today. Here you go, guys. All right, we're back. Y'all know how we jamming to the music behind the scenes. Y'all know how I be getting it on. I am so super excited about this young lady who has been with us on tonight. Guys, can you just imagine the information that she is sharing and how even more she's going to expound even in a bigger hosting of a crowd of people. If you are interested in knowing more about this amazing woman, I'm going to put some more. I put her Facebook page out there. Let me go ahead and put her Instagram. And she's a TikToker, y'all. Don't y'all miss her. I'm always teasing people, Tricia, about that TikTok, because people don't realize how important social media is today. We don't. We want to say it about the bad stuff, but we don't never talk about the good stuff. But I want to put her information out there because I want y'all to be able to reach this young lady because we need y'all to know more about your insurance. It's the old folks, there's insurance. You need to know about it. You need to be able to, get some things together. You need to be able to understand the importance of it. Follow her on Facebook. Follow her on Instagram. I'm getting ready to give y'all her TikTok so y'all can TikTok with her too. TikTok is amazing if you go out there and you use it the right way. Anything can be used the right way to help somebody to get to their next level, and that's what we're all about here at Uncensored Conversation. We're pushing people in this arena that can help other people better who they are. Again, it's time to be empowered, educated, and embracing all of that so that we can stay elevated and not tolerated. So, Tricia, I am so glad that you said yes to the show. We only touched a hairline of what she does and who she is, but I'm about bringing new fresh. I told her I was getting fresh blood in here so we can kind of do some things. But I am super excited that you said yes to the show. You will be back. And I can't wait till we having a conversation, she and I. Y'all don't get all in our business. We'll tell y'all about it when we're ready and stuff, but we want to sponsor her in her endeavors in enlightening other people about insurance. And she might be up there. I didn't even tell people where you are. You want to tell folks where you are in the world? I didn't even tell them, girl.
I'm in Chicago.
Chicago. She's in
I'm
Chicago. What do they call it? The Windy City? No, that's not the Windy
Yep.
City.
No, you got
Yes,
it.
I was right. Okay, so hello, I'm senior citizen. Some things in the Windy City. She laughing at me, but that ain't nothing. We still gonna do it with her, y'all. We're still sponsoring her. We want people to know who she is. If we gotta do a what do I call it, a virtual plane ride in a whole Zoom environment. I believe in having events as any way possible to bring people to the forefront. So I definitely want you to think about it. We're going to be talking more. But so Tricia, tell the people now, if they really want to know more about you and stuff, are you up for them to reach out to you for a private consultation? And look, y'all, don't be trying to steal my guests now. I'm just gonna tell y'all because I get really picky. Tricia, but Tricia, would you, because I know people are still interested. They want to know more. We on the touch the tip of the iceberg tonight. But is there certain times that they can reach out to you? I know we know you work a full time. Well, you got hours and you got babies and family. So you got a full time job. You work 24 hours a day. But is it a good time or a day of the week that people can reach out to you?
Yeah, usually evenings or weekends. I do have a Calendly link for people to put time on my calendar.
Okay.
I do also I do free policy reviews.
Oh.
Yeah, because again, it's important for people to know what they have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of course, a lot of times you want to trust the insurance professional, trust that what they saying is true. Um, but I'll tell you this because I think I mentioned this in one of my reels that there was an older lady. This gentleman was saying that his grandmother had life insurance. She was getting older, and she reassured them, like, "Yeah, baby, I got insurance. I got insurance." And he said, the guy would come. The insurance guy would come every month, to get her payment for her life insurance. And when she died, they found out that she only had accidental death life insurance.
Yeah, I remember that reel.
Right? Which
Yeah.
means that they only pay
Yeah.
out if you die in an accident. But she died of
Mm-hmm.
natural causes.
Wow.
So they didn't pay it out.
All that money was.
Just pocketed to
Mm.
the company and to the agent.
Well, that's even more reason why you got to do this workshop
Yeah.
and write that book.
People just don't know.
No.
I didn't know.
See, I would have never thought
Until
about
I got
it.
licensed. I swore that I had a certain kind of policy, and then I got licensed. I'm like, that's not what I thought I had.
Right.
That's not what I thought I had.
Right. So, well, I'm gonna be calling you, girl, because we got to talk about some things. But I really want you all to tap into this young lady. I've given you her information. And we will share the video again. You can always go back out to our YouTube channel and pull her back up again. But look for her to come back on Uncensored Conversation. Look for her for this conference that she's going to be doing, that she's going to be waking up the minds of the people about insurance. And it's not just about women, it's about men and women that need to be educated about it. Because like you said, you're offering a magical free service right there to review somebody's policy to make sure they got it right before it gets too late. Because suppose you get to the place where your mind ain't functioning, you ain't got time to change it then. Out of sight, out of mind, out of sight. y'all.
No.
That's all I'm saying. But she's offering a free service where she will review your policy for you. That's a lot right there. If I was your manager, no, look, I'm just picking at you. That's a service that probably people charge for that. Do they not? But
Some people do.
you're offering it.
Hmm. I do. I do. I just want you to know what you paying for, because your policy is not with me. So I'm not just going to tell you what I want you to see or point out what I want you to see on the policy. No, I'm
Right.
going to really look at it. You know, if you got a policy with cash value, look and see how it's growing, if it's growing,
Right.
all of those things. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
people to know what you're paying for.
Know what you're paying for, y'all.
Know what you're paying
Y'all don't buy ice cream unless y'all know what kind of flavor it is. I'm just saying.
for. Hmm.
So I want to know where my dollars is going. And
Yep.
so I think this young lady here would be the very special expert that I would see that I could talk to her. She's very y'all would think to me her and talked forever. This is our first time having a conversation was tonight without between texting and stuff. But I just like I told you, watching you, and I couldn't think what the phrase was reels because y'all young folks use these languages. But I remember that reel when you talked about that.
Hmm.
And so if you go to her page, you'll see that she has other reels out there. You'll see her talking about other things that will empower you and get you ready to understand insurance just a little bit better. But stay tuned because she will be coming back on Uncensored Conversation. We will be telling you more about the workshop because we're going to push this young lady into sponsor. We're going to sponsor her to do this workshop because it's the most important. We're going to put it to work. Get ready for the class because she is going to be teaching you what you need to be looking for. See, girl, I got so excited. I can't wait. We got to set the date, girl. What you talking
You
about?
got to put a date on it.
Hey, we're going to put a date on it. Yes,
Put a
we
date
are.
on it.
We're going to put a date on it. Y'all going to be looking like, wait a minute. They just talked about this Sunday. Yep, be ready. Get your ducats in a row because we're gonna do the thing. So Tricia, it's hard to believe it's already been an hour. What the what? Shut your mouth.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh yes. I'm super excited. I can't wait till you come back. It has been such a pleasure. You were exactly what I thought you would be. An
Oh,
inspiration.
good.
I told you I was checking you. I was checking you out, and I found out that you were a pure soul,
Oh,
willing to help other people, and your light so shines around you that you embrace us. I'm thankful and so thankful God put you in a place where I could find you, and so I'm really excited about what's going to happen in this next journey with you. I am just so honored. But now look, now let me just see. How do I want to say this? So you got to come back again.
mm-hmm.
I told you about something earlier. Guys, would y'all like to see more of Tricia with us on Sunday nights? Why not? I can see the applause. I can hear them. I can hear them in the air. They're clapping. Yes. So y'all look for her to come back sooner than later. She's going to come back and talk to you more about some things. We're going to talk this week because I want to give you some ideas and throw some things at you. As a 65 might need to be talking to you too. I'm just saying. I mean, what can I say? But at the end of the day, I thank you so much, my friend, for coming on and being with us tonight.
Thank you so
Uh,
much for having me. It's been a blessing. I love your energy. You are amazing,
oh, girl. It's because I'm
yeah,
hanging around you. That's what it is.
girl.
See how you bring out the best. You bring out the best in me. Okay, that's a joke with Miss Carrie that I sing a lot. But it's because of who you are and what you have represented that made me really want to have you on the show, and you were far more than I expected, my friend. And I'm
Oh,
looking forward to having you back again. real soon. So guys, y'all gotta now. I want you to tell them, if you could tell somebody one thing tonight, just one thing tonight that you want them to start thinking about. What would it be when it comes to their insurance and in their journey? What is one thing that you want them to start thinking about?
Thinking about. Um, I don't. Uh, a coworker of mine said this, so I'm gonna steal it from her. She said, "I don't subscribe to the saying that life is short." She said, "Life is unexpected. Life is unpredictable." Right?
Wow,
So,
I like
yeah, yeah. So because
I like
it is, you only have today. You only have now. Anything could happen to any of us at any time.
that's it. That's it.
What legacy are you going to leave behind? Are you going to leave behind bills,
Come
burdens,
on, come on.
or a legacy
Mm,
for
she
those
didn't
that love you?
Yeah, yeah. Now what y'all gonna leave behind? Hmm, hmm, hmm.
That's it.
Well, y'all better get ready to talk to our guest tonight on a one-to-one. Take it. Take advantage of her offering you something free that's gonna better you. Now, look now, Tricia. Now you got to come back next week. And I brought in another blood. I'm bringing the bloods, and I'm bringing some fresh meat into the house. Our guest next week will be Dr. Angela Miller. She is an author, speaker, motivational speaker. She is also in the healthcare industry. And this is the funny thing. I didn't even look at you two's resumes. I looked at your faces, and I followed you guys. I think we're all in the same group too, on one of the women's group or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And so I reached out to her, and now I'm thinking, let me see. I think she's a counselor. She deals with trauma. All of these things that I feel like impact us when we're getting insurance,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And
100%.
so yeah, one thing follows another. So my guest next week is going to be Dr. Angela Miller. She's going to be talking to us about her new book that she's going to be on the road with, but she's also going to be talking about herself in this industry. I think God is building up this health and wellness panel
Yes.
real good with some new
Yes.
faces. So
Yes.
y'all join us next week. We're going to be talking to Dr. Angela Miller. She's going to be here, and she's been following along with us too, checking you out, girl. So, hey, my sisters are going to be in the house. But, guys, we have truly enjoyed my guest on tonight. She will be back. Stay tuned. We will give you more information. You will follow. If you have not begun to follow us on YouTube, follow us on YouTube. Follow her on all of her social media. We've planted the seeds for you tonight. Make sure you go out there and follow her. And guess what? It's always time for us to be elevated and not tolerated. We'll see you real soon. Trish, stay with me for a little bit.
All right.
Bye, guys.